Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, bienvenidos al show. Vida en zero gravedad, life in zero gravity. Tú sabes las vibras, you know the vibes by now. This is an emergency episode. Emergency! I might even just call it that, emergency episode. I think I will. So basically, what happened is like I have had so many technical difficulties. Even that, me saying that was a technical difficulty. I'm just gonna label it that, and it's all his fault. It's all this dog's fault right here. You see this? You see him? You see this dog? He knows I'm talking about him. Yeah, you know what you did. No, it's not his fault. He didn't do anything. He's a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. No, he's a very good boy. Very good dog. Very good dog. Good boy. Good boy. I should just let him do the episode. Oh, look. Oh, he put his paw on me. He's a very good boy. His name's Leroy, by the way. Story of this dog's name. If y'all don't know, y'all probably, I think y'all seen him on here before. I heard him. I know you heard him because he ruined an episode once when he wasn't a good boy. But what's it called? So my brother wanted to name him Roy, like because he looks like a boxer, right? He's actually a Cane Corso Chiweenie mix. But he looks like a boxer kind of. So my brother wanted to name him Roy after Roy Jones. His girlfriend wanted to name him Leo. So combine, you get this handsome boy. Only person I'll call handsome, and me, I guess. No, but he's a good boy for real. And yeah, I think I will let him host in the future. I think he's earned it. People want to know what you have to say. But anyway, technical difficulties out the wazoo. That's where did that phrase come from? Out the wazoo. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. Technical difficulties abound in this episode. So basically, this is going to be weird angles. I know. My bad. I'm recording this on my phone. Hopefully, this will be the only episode I've recorded on my phone. This is the latest I've ever done an episode of this show. It's nighttime now. On the day the episode is supposed to be out, I refuse to miss a streak. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna let it happen. I'm not gonna let it happen this time. I'm gonna make sure that I get this done. So this is the way. This is the way it's gonna get done. This episode is gonna come out on time. You know, I think a lot of it has to do probably with Ben playing games. He's currently gaming. That takes up a lot of the bandwidth. I'm sure that is what's wrecking this episode as we speak. But, you know, I did a lot of phone episodes. They actually were not bad. So, I had a resolution of like, not even really a resolution, I guess. But I really wanted to avoid the phone episodes. But this is where we're at. I hope you enjoy it still. But this is where we're at. We're trying to increase the quality, not decrease. Last week wasn't a phone episode. This week you got phone. And the dog. What the dog doing? He has his paw on me. He's just like, yeah, good boy. Good boy. That's his paw right here. Yeah, he's so good. You hear how calm he is? He's not making any sound. But anyway, first, I actually recorded a whole episode that was supposed to be the episode for last week. It just got deleted somehow. I've had a good experience overall with this v.io like site that I've been using, but that was terrible. Just an hour gone. And it was a great hour, I'm not gonna lie. It was me and Astro, and it was really fun. So it sucks that happened. Just totally ruined it doesn't exist. Like, I can't find it. I was hoping, I kept checking to see if it was on there and nothing. I don't know what happened. That's never happened before. So that is actually the first time in the history of this show that I've recorded an entire episode and didn't get to use it. And it was a good one. And it was before Astro's back in Texas now, so I'm not going to have an episode with her for a while, most likely. Little while, actually. But I'll get to that later. But anyway, yes. So that's where we're at. This is the reality of the situation. Hopefully this episode is bearable for you. I hope so. I'm gonna try my best. I mean, I've done a lot of these. I've recorded I used to record just straight audio on my phone, so I'd say this is an improvement at least. So, and I did a bunch of these last year, but like I said, I was trying to avoid them this year. New year, new me. Made it to the second episode of the year, already messed up. I'm doing terrible. I'm down bad. Please understand. But so third time's a charm, man. But then last night I was trying to record an episode with Phantom Mother. I haven't had him on in a while, and I don't know. I love Phantom Mother, but I felt like he went to the store to get a phone charger, right? Which I don't know why, because we weren't doing it on the phone. Like he left his phone charger at work. Kind of a weird thing to do, but whatever. Whatever. So he goes, gets a phone charger, and then he's having issues with the site. The site's pretty easy to understand, but for some reason it was confusing him. Okay? We were using Riverside.fm, that site, to record, which sometimes I use that, sometimes I don't. Lately I've been using the Video, Veed.io. That one's been pretty cool. You have to pay for that one though, so that sucks. So I kind of want to get off there, but it has a lot of cool features. Like all the videos you see on here, that's from that site. So yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Like he's a drinker, man, and I could sense he was getting drunker, and I was like, once he starts getting drunk, then it's not really a good conversation anymore. I would say it devolves into him just being too drunk and not really understanding what's going on, but being weirdly annoyed with everything. So it's just a bad combination. But shout out to Phantom Mother. I will have you on soon. I'm sorry this one didn't work out. I mean, I tried. Then he was. So what happened is I was waiting around for him a couple hours, and then I call him. And then he says, "Oh, hold on, I'll call you back." He doesn't call back for a while, so I just say, "You know what? This episode's not gonna work out this week." So I didn't want to be up late. I want to mess up my sleeping schedule over something that really didn't seem that serious to me. It was if he's on here, cool, but we don't really need him, I guess. So, yeah. I mean, I would like to have him on. And he does make the show better, but I was like, I'm not going to sacrifice my sleep for what's probably not going to be that good of a discussion if you're already faded. That's just what I was thinking, so I decided not to have him on. Well, it wasn't much of a choice. It was either I'm gonna deal with the technical difficulties and the possible not good discussion, or I'm just gonna solo this one. I opted to solo it, and that's what's happening. So yes, let's see. Got stuff I'm gonna get to. Astro's having a really hard time lately. She does not want to be in Texas. She wants to be in Cali. That's always been the case, but it's only gotten worse over time. So started out somewhat 50-50. She loved her mom. She wanted to be with her mom too, so she enjoyed Cali, but it was kind of 50-50. It's well, I like it here. This is where some of my family is. Texas doesn't have as much family, but it does at least have family, so yeah. And then she had they called her a stepsister, but she wasn't a stepsister. She was my daughter's mom was engaged to a guy, and it was his daughter. and I didn't really like them calling her a stepsister. Well, the first time they were going to get married, it ended up falling apart. They didn't end up getting married. They did down the line get married, but they weren't married then, and they never got married before she started calling her stepsister. And I just didn't. I mean, maybe some of y'all don't have a problem with that. I thought it was like, this probably isn't good because what happens if it doesn't work out? And sure enough, it didn't work out. You know, I guess now it worked out, but from what Jasmine says, she doesn't talk to that girl anymore and doesn't see her. So it's kind of sad, you know. I think so. Yeah. So what else is I gonna get to? Well, there's a lot. There's a lot on that. But yeah, she wants to be in Cali. And honestly, for the first time in a long time, I feel bad for her mommy. That's what she calls her mommy. And it's so hard when kids say that. Like, if a kid says, I don't want to live with you anymore. I want to live with mommy. I don't want to live with you anymore. I want to live with daddy. That's hard to take. It's very hard to take. It actually kind of happened to me with her, although I think she was coerced a lot. But basically, she was supposed to move to California. We did have kind of a rough summer. You know, I think she still had fun, but I was so depressed with an ex that I had where we broke up, and it was just a bad breakup, you know. And it took a long time for me to get over it. I still get annoyed about that sometimes, to be honest, but not really, I guess. Yeah, not really. I think I did move out of that stage. I don't care anymore. But it's interesting. Because I just don't think that's going to end well. But anyway, this is about other things. Other things on this campaign. So, I don't know. I feel bad for her mom, though, because it was hard when Jessie said that she just wanted to go back to Texas instead of staying here, because she was in California at the time, and we were talking about starting her in school, and she decided she wanted to be in Texas. Now she says she regrets that, you know, and she made a mistake in all this, and like she didn't know, because I guess somehow it got into her head that if she stayed in Texas, or if she stayed in California, she would never see her mom again. That was never said by me. And I wouldn't say that, and I wouldn't even want that, you know, unless her mom was just a total destructive force, which I don't think she is. So, yeah, I thought that was weird off the bat, you know. And then, yeah, I don't know. I just feel bad because it was hard for me when she said that. So I can only imagine. It just makes you feel like a failure, pretty much. You're like, if they want to leave you, it can hurt. But at the end of the day, if two people are not getting along and they're dating, it doesn't generally help it. You know, so I don't know. You know, so I don't know. What was the point in that? It's just word salad over there. So yeah. So she might be coming back for her birthday, Astro. So this is like a really crucial time. Her birthday is very soon. So she might be coming back for her birthday. I gotta get things together. I am like not fully prepared, to be honest. As much as I want her here, I'm just like, I'm not fully prepared for that. So I'm hoping I can get it together in the very, 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 very near future. Because I don't know what to do. I mean, for now, I guess I have a plan, but it was so sudden and so random. And she's joking. Jasmine's telling me like that I should have the plane fly down and pick her up. And we're, you know, I'm like in Arizona at that point or something. Or I don't know, maybe closer to Texas than that. But that's what I'm hearing. And I don't know what to do about that, you know. So yeah, it's been tough. It really has. So she's been telling me she misses me and sending me pictures of her crying, and it's just very hard. Like, she's just saying she's so sad, she misses me, she sends me these pictures. I just feel bad. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but it's like I never wanted her there, so that's the part that's hard. I never actually wanted her to go to Texas. I just wanted her to stay in California. I didn't get that wish, and now maybe I will. I mean, hopefully, like I would feel terrible if this didn't work out again, and her mommy like let her down. Because I don't know if her mom understands like how devastated she would be. I can kind of tell like she wants to be out of there today. She wants to be done like right now, but it doesn't make sense for her to, because her mom can't afford to come out for her Astro's birthday, like in Cali. So it doesn't make sense for me to fly her to, like, fly out there, pick her up, bring her back in less than a month, and then leave again. Like, that doesn't make sense. So I just thought we might as well wait till after her birthday, even though she's like really sad. Like, she's just miserable and doesn't want to be there. I don't know what's going on over there, and I want to figure it out because I just can't see it being that bad. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I don't know, like, what it is. I don't know. I couldn't say with 100% accuracy. So, yeah, I don't know. She's been telling me that, and honestly, like, the most important thing you can give a child is time. That's what I've learned. That's really what I've known a lot of my life. That's the most important thing you could give a child. And I give her that. When she's here, I spend almost all my free time with her. I don't really do much outside of her. Any fun plans I have are with her. Like, it's very rare for me to do anything that's not like just a fun time with my daughter when she's here. So that's not going to change. But we'll see if it might have changed inside. So it might be still the same thing. But anyway, yeah. 2024, I don't know, I'm thankful for the bond that we built. The most important thing you can give a child is time. You can't buy their love. Like, they want quality time. They really do. That's what they want more than anything. They just want to be able to spend time with people they love and have them care genuinely. That's a thing. That's definitely a thing. So I think we forget that sometimes, or some people just think they can just buy their kids' affection. It's like that's fleeting. Unless you like made it and there's like a connection in that way. That's just, yeah, silly, honestly. So we shall see. Yeah, but I'm very thankful for the bond we built. You can see it on Best of Season 5. We make each other laugh so much. She's so funny, especially for her age. She's just so funny, such a character. And I'm so proud of her. Like, for one, she's doing well, but she also just reminds me of myself as a kid, which just makes me laugh. So it's just funny to how that works. Like, you get your mini me, and you don't know, like, we're different genders, or not to offend anyone, but we're different genders. I don't know. Oh man, I don't want to offend anyone, but I do feel like it's just too easy these days. Everyone's just already ready to be offended by stuff all day, every day. So I'm very thankful for that, though. I'm very thankful for the bond I built with my daughter. I'm very thankful for that. So yeah, it all works together. And yeah, 2024 is off to a pretty good start. Um, yeah, Astro coming back would really be a dream come true. The thing that I ask for more than anything in the world is for her to be back here. That's the number one thing. And sometimes it recently it's been hitting me like, yeah, that's what that means, that's where you're supposed to be. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense to me. So yeah, 2024 is off to a pretty good start, I would say, so far. Not a bad start to 2024. Now, let's see when Astro comes back. Hopefully she comes back around her birthday. I'm gonna do my best to make that happen. Not always easy, but yeah, hopefully I can make it happen. Okay. So, let's see. Oh yeah, let's get into some KZR reviews. Dun, 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 dun. So I saw Anyone But You, which was a rom-com, and it's about two people they're making it look like they're dating, so they can make their exes jealous, who happen to be like on a resort. So they're at this resort. It's like two people that they tried to date and it didn't work out. It's like a misunderstanding. I guess I shouldn't give too much away, but basically it's like Anyone But You. And going into it, this is a spoiler right here, but going into it, I knew that dude would be like the wise makeup. So Anyone But You. It wasn't it wasn't bad. In fact, I would recommend it just a little more than I would not recommend it. Um, but it had spots where there's bad writing, you know. It had spots where the acting wasn't very good. Just stuff like that kind of weighed it down. It's not bad. It's definitely not like a bad movie. Well, I could see some people thinking it was a bad movie. It's kind of on the edge. But I actually thought it was pretty good. Decent enough. I give it a 6 out of 11 Zeus slaps God. It had funny moments. If it was just a pure comedy, I think the story and stuff kind of hindered it. It would have been funnier just as a pure comedy. But I don't know. What do I know? I'm the most canceled man in the world. No, I'm not. But I do get canceled a lot. So, yeah, the pizza was pretty good there. So, so I don't know. It just, I guess that's what it came down to. Is it's like when, spoiler alert, like when if you saw any of the ads for it or anything, I was thinking like, oh, they're gonna end up together, huh? Because they're playing it like they hate each other, but it's like, they clearly don't. So I don't know how people fell for that. I don't know. But it's been interesting. Yeah, so I think that's a fair score. It's not bad. I gave out too many sevens anyway. It was almost a 7, and then there was that magic sequence at the end, and it was cool, but it was super random. So, yeah, it wasn't a bad movie. Then another thing I saw was Dave Chappelle dropped kind of a surprise special. At least I didn't know about it. Called The Dreamer. And going in, I had seen all this stuff about like how Chappelle like lost it, he's not funny anymore. He's just punching down, he's just not um what he used to be. He's just what's it called? Like an old man yelling at a cloud or whatever. He's just mad at trans people. He's just boring, He's not funny. He's never been funny. I've seen that. It's like, honestly, was he ever even funny though? Like, really? Like that. Some people mad for some reason. I don't know. So I watched it, and I was thinking before I watched it, like, oh, maybe he fell off. He had a good run. I didn't think he'd fall off, but I'm thinking, like, every comedian, they've been around a while, they're going to have a special that's off or whatever. So I thought, maybe he is slipping. Maybe he's not as funny as he used to be. I don't know. But I'm watching it. I see these articles, like, I believe it was New York Post. It was something like known. Actually, New York Post is more conservative, huh? So, I feel like I saw it there, but then I'm like, well, they wouldn't care. They probably wouldn't be like, oh, Dave's attacking transgender people. As an outrage thing. It'd be like a celebration on like Fox News, and then no dog. You trying to get this? But it's great radio, huh? No dog. He's like sitting. He thinks I'm gonna give him some food. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. But I thought there was gonna be some slippage. And granted, it's not his funniest special, but Dave Chappelle's not funniest special is funnier than like 90% of the comedians out there. It was still really funny. It was still really well written. In fact, I thought the ending of it was incredible from a writing perspective. Not like from a humor perspective, because it's kind of a long stretch at the end where it's not really funny. But it's not meant to be as much. It's a long story that pays off. And I don't know. I still found it funny, even that story. I want to say it's like 10, maybe, something like 10 minutes at the end, this story. It's not that long of a special. It's a little under an hour. So, looking at it, it's like, oh, it's a lot of the special that's like not funny or whatever. But there's still some laughs in there, but it's like, before that point, he was more consistent with the jokes, and then he even said, like, bear with me, this is a long story. But anyway, I'm getting too much into that. I thought it was good. I didn't understand the complaints. I'm a fan of Chappelle, and I've thought that he was, like, the funniest comedian in the world for my money for, like, most of my life. So there's bias there. Take that for what it's worth. I just realized I didn't mean to do that. He has a special called for what it's worth. But I'm biased, but I'm fair, I think. I'm biased in the sense that I think he's funny. every special I've seen has been at least like pretty funny. I've never seen one of his specials and thought like, well, that was a rough one, or that was okay, or they all have value. Yeah. As he got older, there's more social commentary. They're a little more serious. I guess you'd expect that of a guy. He's 50 years old now. But I was impressed. I've actually watched some specials recently, and that was one of the best ones still. And I felt like I don't even think he intended it to be like a full comedy special. You know? I didn't get that vibe. So the fact that him making something that it is a comedy special, but it's also like there's more going on with it, and for it to still be funny, I thought it was impressive, honestly. So I don't know. Personally, I give it 8 out of 11 Zeus slaps. God, I thought it was pretty damn good. You know, actually very good, I thought, overall. Not just as a special, but as a piece of writing, you know. I was impressed. So. I think that's the only stuff, that's the only stuff I was going to rate, I guess. So now, I don't mean to bury this, because I thought this was a funny story, but it bears repeating. Look at this dog, by the way. He loves me. He's always loved me. He's a good boy. Just chilling. Leroy. Good boy, Leroy. He wants some of what I was eating, but I'm not giving it to him. It's not good for him. It was just some ginger snaps. But like, that's not good for him. If you didn't know, like, it's not really, I guess I haven't verified this, but I've heard this, and I'm just trusting it because it's people that I know that I believe have good intentions. It's not good for dogs to eat bread. So in his case, he gets these little like fatty tumor things if he eats too much bread. So we really just been avoiding the bread with him. And he seems better. He seems like he has more energy and stuff. But yeah, don't give your dog bread. We did for years, but trying to be healthier with him, you know, he's getting older. I think he still has a lot of time left, but I guess there's no way to really know that. But yeah, so I thought it was good, the Chappelle special. But here's a moment where I was down bad, where I messed up. This homeless guy asked me, "How are you?" He didn't really say it with that much enthusiasm, but he didn't ask, he wasn't asking for money or anything. He just said, "How are you?" That was fine. That was fine that he asked that. Nothing wrong with that. I messed up in this situation. I said, "I'm good, how are you?" I hit him with one of those "I'm good, how are yous," which is just a reflex at this point because it's like the proper thing to say, and you end up saying it to anybody that asks how you are. Pretty much you're saying, "I'm good, how are you?" Right? So I said, "I'm good, how are you?" And I instantly realized that I messed up, because he's clearly down bad. He's homeless. Like, it's almost like rude to ask, "Oh, I'm good, how are you?" Like, how's it going in the streets, Are you enjoying it out here in the cold? Like, what's up? How are you? So, it was pretty stupid on my part, but it was funny in a way. Not funny as much at the... Well, no, he was fine. He wasn't mad. He said, "Oh, I'm okay." It's like... And he was actually had a girl with him, and she said, I'm good, and she seemed enthusiastic about it. But he was like, "I'm okay." It's like, yeah, that's probably about the best you can hope for, being homeless. She might have been lying. I believe him. I mean, I don't think they're usually happy to be homeless, right? It's something that happens and it's something you deal with, but you're not like, oh yeah, this is lit. Why did I ever have four walls and a roof? What? Why did I ever do this? So, yeah. I think most homeless people would subscribe to that. Oh. Sorry, this dog, he's like biting himself. What are you doing now, dog? What are you doing now, dog? I'm trying to adjust my positioning, keep myself awake, be honest. Because I'm having a hard time. Having a very hard time. Yes. What else do I want to get into? Well, if you're ever curious about seeing more of this room that I record these in, now you're seeing more of it, so you're welcome in that regard. I think he's going to try to come back up here. What is up with you, dog? He's just like back on the bed. You're sweet. So, let's see what else we're getting into. Yeah, I don't know. Life just hands me material. Like, that was a moment because I was thinking, like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? I have, like, I've written 2 episodes that I haven't gotten to use that fell apart in the span of, like, a week. So, what am I going to talk about? Because I can't talk about the same things. These were tailored specifically to the guests. And then something like that just hits you. You get your homeless guy asking you how you are. It's like, whose life clearly sucks. It's like, yeah, how are you doing, buddy? Find any new garbage cans to sleep in lately? Hope you're doing well. How you doing, buddy? Did you, like, get sick and get pneumonia and now you're in the hospital because you're outside in the cold and don't have a jacket? How's it going, buddy? It's just like, yeah, that was not my finest hour, I will say. But I think I redeemed it, you know. Having a national championship, I think I redeemed it. But yeah, so. Oh, power saver mode. What are you doing, dog? I'm a good boy. So this dog is acting up. It's gonna be a dog fight. What are you doing? Did you miss me? You miss me, huh? You miss me, huh? You miss me. You miss me. This phone was about to die. I'm just having technical difficulties all over the place. I apologize. You want to be in the show? What do you have to say for yourself? What do you have to say for yourself? Saving gonna work? Probably not. Probably not. It's not working, is it? Okay, back to this thing. He was struggling to get up here. He's trying to get back on the bed. What are you doing? So this is what I got for y'all. I'm showing you all types of different angles. Don't say I'm not an originator. Originator? That was a stupid phrase. You can say whatever you want, actually, because I'm an idiot for that one. My bad. So, yeah, it just hands me material. Life hands me material. Like, I won't know what to talk about, and then I'll give a homeless cholo $5, and they'll say, "You make me cry, fool." And that is... If you're wondering where the ad-lib came from on Soul Still Shines, that's New Jack saying that. You know, I had to get an authentic Mexican to say that, or else it would be racist. No, it's just an inside joke now because of that cholo. But if you didn't know that story, that really happened to me. And, like, I had to try so hard not to laugh. So hard. I didn't laugh, but, like, when he started crying, it's just like, oh, man. This is gold. Because who does that happen to? Weird stuff like that, like, only happens to me, I swear. I know other people that go through weird stuff too, I guess, but not the specific kind of weird that I get. You know, I just get a very weird assortment of things that happen to me all the time. So yeah, that's the inside joke in Soul Still Shines. And that song was about my time in the pinta, fool. In la pinta. Soul Still Shines, yeah. Was about me being in the pokey. So if you're wondering that, that's what all that is. All that aggression, and then it just fit too well, the beat, you know? So, pretty funny how well it did fit. But yeah, what's your favorite Zero Grab album? What would you say? I don't know. My favorite. The last three I think have been really good. I don't even know at this point, honestly. And I think I'm going to give a cop out answer because I don't know better. So, I messed that one up. Yeah, my favorite Zero Graph album. Let me think about this. Which is my favorite of the one I made? This week a girl said that her favorite was Vibo, and that surprised me, like with these other albums out. But I don't know what to do. So yeah. Favorite Zero Graph album. I guess if I had to pick, it might be Chamber Zero, just because there's nothing that would change on that album, like at all. So it kind of worked out in that way. What are you doing, dog? He's stepping over. No, you're just in a terrible spot, man. Like anywhere else would be fine. He keeps like walking over spot where I'm trying to film this, just wrecking it every time. I'm gonna wreck it. What are you doing, dog? Yeah, but I guess if I had to pick, probably Chamber Zero. But I mean, the last three I feel strongly about. I feel like they're all three of them are very good, and the only reason I'm giving crush at that is because I want to. I would say the last three. I don't know, but they're all good actually. I put time and effort into all of them. I would say the last three are the acceptable answers, though. Although one girl told me that the Bible was her favorite. I sent it to her before, and she told me, and I was like, "What? What did I do?" So, I don't know. It's been interesting though. Yeah, maybe Chamber Zero, but the last three really have gone hard. I feel they have. So, could go any way with those. But yeah. I want to shout out New Jack for his efforts on the new album. He recorded and mixed a lot of it for me, so I appreciate that, you know. I don't really have the best technology for mixing right now, so him being able to do that was huge. So I appreciate you for that, New Jack. If you listen to this, I think he did listen to one recently. He said one with Mars. I'm guessing he means the last one, but I'm not sure. So now we got New Jack listening. But yeah, shout out to New Jack for his efforts. And does anyone, I don't know, this it's a very personal album, you know, my most recent album. So I hope you enjoy it. I know it's a little different than stuff you may have heard from me in the past, but I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see how it goes, you know. Okay, so the Epstein client list is interesting. Like the idea of Stephen Hawking going to this island. I know it shouldn't be funny because it is a tragic thing that happened and it's messed up and it ruined people's lives, but the fact that it's a kid, something about it just makes it goofier. To me, anyway. I don't know. Where y'all at? Epstein client list is interesting. Was Stephen Hawking actually capable of sexually assaulting anyone? Like he's in a chair, he can't move his body. Like, and I kind of think like, okay, if that is true, I'm taking the cue. So, yeah, the Epstein client list. Stephen Hawking. The idea of Stephen Hawking watching this, like these little people. I almost said midget, but I didn't. Now I said it, so it's gonna throw the whole thing out. But the little people, they're saying that he would have them draw on a chalkboard and like write stuff, like as a group. But it was like it was taking shits, but it was also like part of bro code, you know. So can't relate. But yeah, the Epstein client was mentioned. Does anyone actually believe Epstein killed himself? If you have, please call in and explain how. I'm very curious. All the signs point to him not doing that. It was bent a weird way. It's a weird angle. It actually links the Yortuguese with the. That's cool. But a lot of times I think about the fact that we'll never know what's really going on. You know, like with Epstein, they're just gonna have an Epstein label. We don't know what that means, but it's just gonna be like a scarlet letter almost if it attaches to you. I think that's what it seems like, but I could be wrong. Like I said, um, a lot of times I think about the fact that we'll never know what's going on. Like everything you have is a perception of reality. Pretty interesting. But yeah, I don't know if anyone. I'm sure somebody, especially depending on their political affiliation, could believe that Epstein was shot in New York. I don't know. I don't know if I believe it. Jeffrey Epstein. It is interesting that they wipe a lot of this stuff out now. Like I get it, he's not a good guy, but it's interesting that like if it was like the news, for example, or not the news, but any store you went to, if they offered you him and you bought him, would you try to get them to add more stuff? I don't know. I can't say for sure. But yeah, a lot of times I think about that. Average lifespan. Actually, should I get into that? No. Hold that thought. I'm gonna get into KZR Sports. So, big news of the day is Michigan beats Washington 34-13 to win the national championship. They had a great year. They kept winning even when people thought they were going to lose. So maybe that's the hallmark of a great team, you know? Um, I've heard that Jim Harbaugh just wears on people because I wanted him to be the coach of the 49ers, you know? But they weren't happy after the 8-8 year, and they let him bounce. But it's a good time right now if you can bear it. So, I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna get into. The homeless. So the average, I was reading a study that the average lifespan for homeless in LA County is 45% and 46%. Yeah. It's tough, it's going through a lot of this stuff. I apologize. I'm very tired. I'm not gonna let this happen again. But it's entertaining for me when I go back and look at it. It's like, what was I doing? Anyway, yeah, so Michigan beats Washington 34-13 all year. They talked about Washington being a favorite. They didn't talk about Michigan, and Michigan folded them. So, yeah. And then next on the list, the Lakers snap losing streak versus Clippers. The Lakers had lost the last 4 games going in. The Clippers had won the last 5 going in. So it was I want to say a must need, but it was a game that did have implications. Lakers pass. That's good. Hopefully they can keep that momentum up. Yeah, anyway, I was trying to help him out. Not that I think he's innocent. No, but so the Niners lost the Rest Bowl to the Rams 20-21. Moody missed the extra point and a field goal. I saw Rams fans bragging about this, and it's like the Rams were they beat a team that was sitting almost everybody. I don't know. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just saying. So yeah, Niners lost the Rest Bowl. So the just we have to keep talking about this, or me falling asleep attempting to talk about this. But yeah, I'm happy it's all working out, and yeah, everything's cool right now. So pay UFC fighters more though. That's what I need, you know. And it seems like we're good at that. Hmm. Woo! Yeah, so in closing of KZR Sports, I wanted to say pay UFC fighters more. They make peanuts compared to boxers. Like the whole roster last year, I think made like 84,000. Yeah, 84,000. Indeed. But yeah, pay UFC fighters more. That's what I was gonna say. They make peanuts compared to boxers. Like the whole roster combined made significantly less than one fight for John Jones last year. There's something wrong with that. So we got to fight for that. So thank you. Actually, that'll complete the sports. Dun, 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 dun. So, you know what time it is. I just gotta get my handy dandy notebook. And now, let us read from the Book of Graph. One of the mini books. I want to do some new stuff. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I know I've been lacking. I know y'all waiting on the Zen Dragon. I've been cracking like your lady's backspin. I've been giving them crazy action. Entering the new year of the dragon. Y'all living in fear of the backspin. Protect yourself from allegations with excessive calculations. This no not be a number from the one had to be heard. This is not a number one hit, but I make sure every summer's dumb lit. These diabolical energy vampires. My resolve can't be sicker any damn higher. I can't let my life be ripped away. Stressing out, hoping some customers tip the pay. I'm barely scraping by, so pathetically. Hoping we're feeling hope aesthetically. I can't let it be. I got too much energy. All for one justice. Interesting. I know y'all been lacking. I know you're waiting on the Zen Dragon. I've been cracking like your lady's backspin. I be giving them crazy action. Grab. And in conclusion, the average lifespan for homeless in LA County, 48 for women, 51 for men. The study I was reading, that kind of blew my mind. So, such a short lifespan. Crazy. We'll see. So I do want to thank you for listening. I'll be back with a better episode next week. I'm probably going to make videos of me Googling random things just to see. I think I'd make a best music video for those, I think. So that's something to consider. But yeah, I know this episode I gave y'all all I had. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry, I think I fell asleep a couple of times, but I did my best, and it'll be better in the future. I thank you for listening. Thank you for all your support. It really, we are nothing without you. So, without paying customers, I don't think comedians are doing much of anything, We do it for the laughs. Instant response. So, thank you to everybody. Thank you to Leroy. You've annoyed me a few times on this episode. I still dedicated to you. So, much peace, much love. And you know where to find me. I'll be here all day, every day. In space. So bring a helmet. This is life in zero gravity. Vida in zero gravidad. And I thank you. So Pisces acting. Yeah, we'll see. It's something else. Anyway, thank you. Much peace, much love. Until next week. Peace.